Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to my Friday Night Smackdown review, live from Cleveland, Ohio, and I guess I should say Miami, Florida, also due to the Rolling Loud Festival. We're going to get into that in a second. There's a lot to say about that, but Smackdown tonight, though, what was going on tonight on Smackdown? We do kick off the show with John Cena. John Cena, saying it's been a hell of a week and whatnot. Being on Money in the Bank and being on Raw last Monday. Now tonight it's here. He's on SmackDown, and he wanted to hear the crowd tonight. Like, come on, man, let's go. I'm sure everybody wants to ask questions of how he escaped the whole alternate universe of the Firefly Funhouse and whatnot. I'm sure a lot of people ask questions about that. And seeing talk about challenging Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal title. Basically, he said that fans were excited. They all wanted to know, okay? And they want to know who Reigns is going to face. And, there's no place better to do in Cleveland tonight. Like I said, Cena just being super over with the crowd right here. And, there's been a lot of, big sports news out in Cleveland, which, I guess he brought up the Cleveland Indians being named the Guardians now, which people are pissed off. And he went to the city's government office and, had the middle name changed to Guardians because someone needs to protect them from the small amount of respect they have left for WWE. So I didn't even know the Cleveland Indians changed their name. So yeah, I guess they're the Guardians now apparently. But Cena said, this is SmackDown and Roman Reigns and it absolutely sucks. And he wants to ask the Page. I know there's a couple of hundred Roman Reigns fans out there, which the people booed in. Cena said, they deserve to stand up and be heard. It's no more Thunderdomes and LED boards and all that. This is live. This is the crowd. We want to hear your reaction right here in person. And Cena said this is just for the Universal title. It's a sign for everyone to stand up for something they believe in. And he asked the fans, who do they believe in, huh? Who they believe? Fans start to chant Cena. Cena then after that, and basically, if they're on Team Jorts and Cargo Pants, are they on Team, Hustle, Loyalty, and Respect, or a team that fans always reject? That rhyme right there is not a bad line. And he says, are you on Team Cena, or are you on Team Roman Reigns? And he said, speaking of Roman Reigns, where the hell is he? Why hasn't he come out here yet? Because, he can't come out because at SummerSlam, he will realize why the champ is here. And Cena basically called him to come out. Let's make history right now. Accept the challenge. Like, come on. Please come out. Let's go. And then next thing you know, Paul Heyman comes out with his ladies and gentlemen thing. And, we're in Cleveland. John Cena, you have this all wrong. Heyman said that Reigns can't hear you because he's not listening to you, okay? And you're not, and you'll get an answer. But not right now. The tribal chief comes out when he wants to come out. As Heyman basically, kind of made fun of Cena's theme song, like, so yeah, that was pretty funny though with Heyman and whatnot. But hot start to kick off the show for SmackDown. Really big segment. Like I said, Cena has been all over the place, so they call it the Summer of Cena since his whole schedule has now been leaked online of what he'll be doing for the next month or two, all the way leading into SummerSlam and whatnot. But yeah, John Cena starting out the show hot and everything. Even have a little promo with Paul Heyman. Not bad out there. So I guess now we wait for Reigns' response throughout the whole night. Finn Balor went against Sami Zayn. Now, I know people are starting to question which Finn Balor is this. Is this the Prince Balor that we had in NXT? Or is this the smiling Finn and whatnot? Finn basically won against Sami. Crowd, he was over with the crowd, I will say that. Finn was way over with the crowd out there. So, Balor still won with the coup de grace and whatnot. But, like I said, some people are still wondering. Is he the Prince Balor, like I said, the badass that was in NXT? Or is he the smiling Finn once again, the Colgate commercial Balor? But as we move on, what do we have next? Corbin being interviewed in the back, talking about, he's lost his money, his identity's been stolen, if he's made any money on that website he made with the GoFundMe, and say, he had to ride the bus to get here tonight, and it smells like, curled cheese and gym socks, and he says, what happened to me? So, yeah, happy Corbin, or just this depressed, down on his luck, a man half past dead Corbin out there, seems to be getting over. It's getting more over than it did with the King thing he's been doing the past few years and whatnot. But next, though, Big E came out, talked about his win for the, Money in the Bank he won last Sunday, as fans chanting, "You deserve it." And before Big E could say anything else, Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz come out. Basically, I beat you for this title at WrestleMania and whatnot. And then next thing you know, Dolph Ziggler and, Bobby Roode come out. They were about to say something. Then, Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura comes out. Then Cesaro comes out. And it's swing time in Cleveland. Basically, we got a big brawl right here. And, Big E and them basically took out the heels then. Now, what you would assume right here, this was going to be a six-man tag leading into this. But we don't get that six-man tag on TV, okay? Now, apparently in Cleveland, they probably saw the match, okay? We didn't see the match, but they did see it. What we saw now at this point, as they said last week, SmackDown would be, in Cleveland and simultaneously at the Rolling Loud Festival in, Miami, Florida. So they go over there and they have Wale out there, and there's a big SmackDown, a wrestling ring, for SmackDown and, the stage and whatnot. And, Wale, skin the people chanting, "We want the smoke." As the Street Profits came out, it was Angelo Dawkins versus Chad Gable. Listen, this was a waste of time. Okay, this crowd could have given two shits about what was going on right here. I don't think any of them knew about wrestling. I think it was a bad idea to keep, putting the camera on the crowd, which they look very disinterested. A lot of people said they mostly just put piped in cheers and whatnot, because I don't think people really knew what the fuck was going on. I'm sure they were wondering, like, what's going on here? Why are we getting wrestling and whatnot? I'm sure they were waiting for somebody to come out, to perform and whatnot. Like I said, it's the biggest hip-hop festival and everything. We're rolling loud. So, it'll be wrong. Pat McAfee made a lot of weed jokes right here. Shit, you could have sent Matt Riddle or RVD here. That may would have gotten over and whatnot. But listen, nobody here knew who the fuck these people were. They don't know why this was happening. I don't think they gave two shits. Like I said, the sunset looks nice in the background, but it's like, okay, we do that, and then we do what? Bianca versus Carmella again for the, women's title. We just did that last week. The match was whatever, and Bianca won, but like I said, this was almost like 20-something minutes wasted on this show, okay? There was literally no point in really watching this. Like I said, I'm sure, like I said, the crowd, they saw that six-man tag happen, because I'm sure if they didn't see that six-man tag, they probably would have to wait like 20 minutes and, watch on the damn screen of the Rolling Loud Festival. So, I don't think this idea should ever happen again and whatnot, because there was no point of doing this. Like, I don't know what they were thinking with this. Like, did they really think that fans at the Rolling Loud Festival were really going to know what, wrestling or WWE was? Nah, they just want to see who's performing on stage and whatnot and get some weed, all right? Don't get me wrong, they know who Wale is, but come on, how many people know who the Street Profits are? Do they know who Chad Gable and Otis are? Do they even know who Bianca Belair and Carmella are? Like, are they here to see a wrestling match or a musical performance? Okay, they want to see who's gonna come out and perform, not a wrestling match. So this was literally a waste of time. I don't really understand what the point of this. That's why I was confused last week. Like, so you're gonna be doing SmackDown from Cleveland and the Rolling Loud Festival. A lot of that does not make any type of sense. And it's like, so we're going to shoot some of the show here and we're going to shoot some of the show there. So, yeah, this was like a waste of time, to be honest. Like I said, the people, they didn't care. They don't care what was going on. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the point is. Like, what, was WWE just trying to venture into hip-hop or something? Like, let's get more fans doing this. It's a big-ass festival, so maybe they'll, like, cheer and do something. No, they look like they were just sitting on their hands out there. Or they just, like I said, they were so confused they didn't know what the fuck was going on. So, waste of time to me going from the Rolling Loud Festival, though. Makes no sense. I know they had, Kevin Owens talked to Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Knox, like, working on a missile launch into the tank. Kevin Owens says use a hammer. Next thing you know, Corbin shows up, apologized for what happened last week. And Owens said, listen, man, you had a bad habit doing that for the past 8 years, but nobody feels bad for you. But Corbin said, asked Owens to forgive him. Owens, listen, he's still wearing that stained shirt from last week. So, all right, here's some money, like $20 and whatnot. There you go. Don't spend it all in one place and try and be a jerk to people. Next thing you know, the missile ended up firing out of the tank and whatnot, hitting Corbin in the nuts. Roode and Ziggler ended up jacking him for his money and walking off as Owens tried to chase him off with a chair so he's okay, and he said no. So, yeah, Corbin's still down on his luck right here. Edge came out, big pop. Edge talked about he should be the Universal Champion right now, but Seth Rollins is the reason why he is not. He thought he had all the bases covered. The Mysterios helping them take out the Usos, knowing they were going to come out and everything, but it did not work. And Edge says, I've met, Rollins all the way back in 2014. That's how long this has been going. Edge said that Rollins has opened up Pandora's box and whatnot, and he's learned from the most evil men in history in this business. He said he was in the Brood, he was in the Ministry of Darkness, and he has no idea of what depths he will go down to get the job done, okay? But, Rollins, he's going to find out and everything. But next, Seth Rollins and his many loud suits come out then after that. Basically, talking about Edge, calling him Grandpa Edge and whatnot. Like, I'm tired of you, and, you're just embarrassing yourself. And, Edge told him to shut up. Well, Edge told him he's embarrassing himself. And, like, listen, come to the ring, I won't put my hands on you, all right? But Rollins said, you're not going to put your hands on me because we know what you're capable of doing. It's not much. And Rollins basically talked about, I'm tired of you and guys like Cena coming back, taking opportunities away from people like me that have earned those opportunities around here. And Rollins basically still called him out. Grandpa Edge is still in the ring here, folks. And, Edge's been a scumbag and everything. And he's going to crush his dreams in his little comeback story right now and make sure it'll never happen again. Rollins basically, when they talk about Edge, they talk about me, the man that almost ended you. And, I should have pulled the trigger over 7 years ago and whatnot, basically. Because Edge basically said the reason why you couldn't do it because you didn't think I'd be back. But Rollins says, I could have break your neck. Like I say, if you know what I'm talking about, everybody remembers the promo he did years ago with Cena and him and the whole authority thing. And, the John, I'm going to break his neck, John. The John promo. Go back and look that up. It's the, I'm going to break his neck, John. This man's a family, John. The fans chanted, you suck, and at Rollins. This time, I won't hesitate to pull the trigger this time. Bang! Edge didn't flinch at it then. Edge basically, I remembered, remember me said I wouldn't put my hands on you? I'm a liar, basically. Basically, Edge and Rollins started to fight then after that. Edge ended up hitting the executioner on him. He was about to go for the spear, but Rollins ended up rolling out of the ring then. So, very good segment, especially a good history lesson, traveling all the way back to 2014, when these two did have an issue going on and whatnot. So, at least they went back and brought some history up between both of these two. So, obviously, the match at SummerSlam is coming. Toni Storm making her SmackDown debut, went against Zelina Vega. I don't think the crowd was really much into this. Storm won. I think it was that move she did on Zoe Stark or NXT, that new move she won like a few weeks ago. Well, a month ago, I should say, at this point. It was some new finish, not the Storm Zero, but it was called something else. Vega, which, like I said, I know people already say, Vega did this to herself. Vega sold out. I don't think Vega has won a match ever since she's come back to the WWE. And some people actually thought, people were actually pissed that, Toni Storm went over. Like, I think Toni Storm's going to win on her debut here, okay? And people are looking at the Vega thing like, is this like a form of punishment or something? I don't think it is and whatnot, but it's kind of crazy that she's won one match at any point. But I don't think she's ever going to beat Toni Storm in general. It's Toni Storm, okay? So, yeah, they brought a little bit more thickness to SmackDown right now. I know it's a lot of clout chasing with her, but she has the thickness, though. Jimmy Uso went against Dominic. Match okay. Usos ended up getting the win with just Jimmy, since Jay helped him out and whatnot, beating Dominic for the leverage pin. So, match wasn't bad and everything. But in the main, the last part of the show, not the main event, but, yeah, as the Usos walking off, Roman and Paul Heyman come out. They do their big entrance on stage and whatnot as Reigns is in the ring. And, after they all snap up their titles and whatnot, Roman says, Cleveland, acknowledge me. You sitting at home, acknowledge me. And everyone's acknowledging me right now. Cena's acknowledging me. He acknowledged me in Money in the Bank, Raw, and even early on this show. But he said Hollywood is full of him. He's got this whole new paint job and everything. And I was expecting something different. What do we get? Just a nostalgia act. Same Cena, same entrance, same music, same outfit, promo, same insults, same everything. Nothing has changed about John Cena. Same, well, maybe different t-shirt, but same old John Cena. And it's the same thing over and over and over and over. It's just like the missionary position. It's good. We get that every single night over and over and over. I thought that was the funniest thing in that promo. It was like a missionary position. every single night, same position. That you don't change it up. You don't go doggy. You don't go anything else. You don't. Come on, man, change it up. You can't just do the same position all the time. But we don't get motivated by that. We don't get inspired by that. He says, all right, and Cena was right that he couldn't see him because we can't see him, and you're not gonna see that main event SummerSlam. So the answer to your challenge is no. Next thing you know, Finn Balor comes out then, which was a pretty good surprise. Reigns, basically said, hey, Paul, tell me that you came to do what Cena does and acknowledge me. But Balor says, I'm not here to do that. But if you're not interested in Cena's challenge, I'm sure you're interested in my challenge then. Which fans trying to chant Roman scared. And then Roman says challenge accepted. Obviously, this match is not going to happen at SummerSlam. I'm sure it'll happen on SmackDown maybe by next week or two. I don't really know. But very interesting. Finn Balor comes out. I know he's not going to win or beat Roman or anything, especially for the title, but very interesting that he came out in the last part of this show and Cena did not. So we'll see where it's going to lead to. Like I said, are we getting still NXT Persona version of Balor? I don't know. Okay, but very interested to see. But SmackDown, not a bad show. Like I said, from the Cena promo, from the Roman promo, to I said the Edge and Seth promo was really good too. Um, like I said, Balor, getting his win back on SmackDown. Tony Storm debut. The Corbin stuff wasn't that bad. Listen, the worst part of the show is just the whole Rolling Loud Festival part, okay? That was the worst part of the show. That meant nothing, okay? It really didn't mean anything. And the crowd looked like they did not care either about being out there when they were doing just wrestling at a big music festival and whatnot. So they did not care. All right, that's probably the worst thing in the show. But SmackDown wasn't that bad, though, okay? Wasn't a bad show, and like I said, decent surprise of Finn Balor coming out, so we'll see where it's going to lead to and whatnot, since Cena didn't come out at the end. But yeah, other than that, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, @Hood9090. I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace.